guys.
Here we go. Where are my other people at? Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手期，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here. And we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠어요.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile. Hey guys, it's me, Brendan, here for the PMSC, the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge in Dubai for the World Finals. Let's go ahead and go. It's the biggest frame in the world, and it looks so cool from the outside. And we're going really high. This is an amazing place to go if you just want to see all the sights, basically, of Dubai. I'm going to walk across. Oh boy. Oh, I don't like that. Oh my God. This might just be the main attraction. Okay, here we go. Me and these guys, we're okay. All right, guys, well, my hair was blown back from that one, even if it wasn't real. Right outside the Dubai Mall, you got the water on my left. I feel like we had to show you guys this. In Korea for PUBG. You know PUBG Mobile? Okay. Yeah. Wrap it up! Okay. Thanks. Wow, that was a really incredible water fountain show. I've never seen anything like that. Definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. I've never done this before. It looks like it should be a lot of fun. Let's go try it out. All right, here we go. Up the sand. Can he do it? Oh, this is crazy. Woo! Okay. The camera. The camera. Just so amazing. And wow, we do have the Burj Al Arab. If you come down to Jumeirah Beach, you can take pictures, you can enjoy the water and the sand. I would highly recommend it. Finally finished our Dubai tour, and we've made it to the front of the festival arena, as you can see right here, for the PMSC Finals. The best teams from around the world joining together at the World Finals here for PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. Right in front of the building that that's going to be holding your festival here for PMSC World Championships here in Dubai. Are you guys ready to get going? It's a tiny world within your hands, PMSC with PUBG Mobile, and it's a tiny world within the world here at Dubai. Oh yeah, I almost got him. PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Welcome back here as we get things going, and we are going to have our final game of day number 1. I was just checking over my notes to make sure everything's right and precise. To my left-hand side, I have Powerbang as well as Seven Wheels Gaming, and together we're going to bring you all of the action from our final game of the day, as well as what's coming in the next 2 days. And let's go back for a moment. Let's take a step back and talk about some of the happenings in our previous game, of course. We did see Wildcard try and gain a little bit of traction.
RQ extremely impressive last game, really kind of taking it to a lot of people. We saw the Chinese teams again, like 1, 3, and 4, I think, or excuse me, 2, 3, 4. Just crazy performance across the board at the top of the slate. I want to see a little bit more from some of the North American teams, from some of the European teams. Hero get eliminated out in the boats. Yeah. Cloud9 kind of got in trouble again pretty early. I would like to see them kind of get into a position of strength a little bit later on in the game.
And we kind of saw that a little bit too, right? With GameStars just getting knocked off super early there in game number 2, and in game 3 at least being able to go ahead and secure a fit spot. So it is possible. It's definitely something that they can do, but we want to go ahead and see a little bit more of that, especially from other teams that are actually kind of like knocking on the door. They need to go ahead and step it up a little bit more.
Big Russian bot would be a great example of that. They finished pretty well, 5th and 6th place quite a few times, but again, not as many kills as some of these other teams. They really got to step up the placement and or start really slaying out.
Definitely. In terms of our Western representation, there are some of the teams that we thought might be able to really step up and do well. Teams like Big Russian Bot, teams like Cloud9, etc. from North America, and obviously the team Hero from Europe as well. But so far, it's been a bit of a struggle, and I'm sure that, again, there's plenty more to be playing for. For now, though, let's hear from even more teams here that are going to be competing to become world champion.
接受采访的时候比较紧张，因为害羞。大家好，我叫陈林航，然后游戏 ID 是 CPT 航，然后职业是主播。
Hello， 我叫陈雨桐，我是 CPT 的流苏，年龄是21岁，职业是一名主播。
大家好，我叫唐红，然后我的 ID 叫 CPT762，我的职业是职业选手。
大家好，我叫王思海，游戏 ID 是 CPT17，然后我是今年19岁。
后面几把发挥的不是很好，然后当时我们就觉得可能有点悬了，但是最后积分出来的时候，突然来了一个惊喜，我 surprise。
信心肯定有的，但是还是要看实力还有运气。我们战队的优势就是枪挺准的吧，然后就喜欢跟别人打架，就谁打我们一下，我们就要打谁一下。
就是比赛中的话，一般队伍为了名次就是会打得比较猥琐一点，就不敢打架。但是我们队伍的话，在比赛中就是比较敢打，然后观察机会比较强。
我最喜欢的武器是 Scar，因为 Scar 我感觉他声音好听。
最喜欢的武器是格斗掌，因为伤害特别的高，然后射速也特别快，就能近战打起来的时候胜算比较高。
海岛自然图最喜欢的点就是机场，因为物资挺多的，而且我们精彩的这个点就是割这个点。
这个只是表面吧，我们打比赛的时候会展现不一样的采访的时候我们会比较少说话，然后比赛的时候我们不会。
我们 们是通过那个亚洲两场逆战的时候被泰国队，然后被他们围上来的时候。
我们可能当时最后几把没有打出自己的风格，打得太保守了。
做好自己应该做的，然后都为自己队伍做点贡献吧。
打好自己的，然后就多跟队友沟通，然后尽力实际。
CPT 加油！
Я из России, город Печора, Республика Коми. Работаю на железной дороге.
Меня зовут Женя, я живу в городе Конотоп, Украина. Игровой никнейм мой Аркси.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Арам, я из Санкт-Петербурга. Меня зовут Оскар, я из Алматы, из Казахстана.
Первая такая большая заграничная поездка. Здесь климат, конечно, очень сильно отличается от нашего. У меня на родине сейчас очень холодно, минус, а здесь тепло и очень уютно.
Ну, она охватывает, наверное, основные аспекты, в принципе, жизни человека. Ты должен что-то добыть, ты должен выжить, ты должен бороться.
Да, конечно, хочется показать, что способен, так сказать, сделать максимум, который получится, но при этом также стоит учитывать, что здесь профессиональных игроков и тех, кто реально хорошо умеет играть в PUBG, намного больше, чем было на прошлом турнире, и это будет сделать намного сложнее.
Всем, кто верит и болеет за нас, всем привет, ребята, держим кулачки, мы будем рвать.
Друзья, болейте за нас так, как вы болели за нас на европейском турнире, и мы постараемся снова сделать невозможное.
ครับผมหนุ่มหรือวัชรากรที่อังกฤษชื่อในเกม aktraksi อายุ 23 ทำอาชีพ Facebook Creator ครับสวัสดีครับผมนายเมธาทองสุขครับอาชีพการศึกษาอยู่มหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพครับชั้นปีที่2ครับชื่อนายสุนบุญยงครับทำอาชีพเป็นนักกีฬา e-sport ภายใต้สังกัด Illuminate ครับสวัสดีครับชื่อโจนะครับชื่อในเกม Maroon 5นะครับอยู่อาชีพภายใต้สังกัด Illuminate e-sport นะครับชอบนักร้องครับผมนักร้องวง Maroon 5ครับผมร้องเพลงหลับตาก็ได้เจ้าหลับตาหมองได้มองได้รู้สึกดีนะครับเพราะว่าทางทีมงาน Tencent หรือ Samsung เนี่ยต้อนรับพวกเราดีมากนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องที่พักหรือว่าเรื่องความรู้สึกที่ได้มางานนี้นะครับก็รู้สึกดีใจครับแล้วก็เหมือนได้มาหาประสบการณ์ใหม่ๆด้วยครับจากตัวแทนประเทศไทยครับรายการ PMSC ได้อันดับชนะเลิศอันดับที่1ในประเทศไทยครับสำหรับตัวโจ๊กของทีมเรานะครับผมก็ต้องยกให้หัวหน้าทีมของเราเลยเพราะว่าเขาเป็นคนที่พูดตลกปล่อยมุกตลอดนะครับผมแล้วก็สร้างสถานการณ์ให้สนุกแล้วก็คอยยับยั้งอารมณ์น้องๆทุกคนครับผมทีมผมทั้ง4คนเก่งทุกคนครับแต่ละคนมีจุดเด่นในทีมแต่ละคนไม่เหมือนกันผมจะเป็นคนคอยดูน้องอีก3คนคือผลเล่นเกมนี้ก็เพราะเป็นเกมโลกทีมและทีมเวิร์กมากกว่าการมีทีมเวิร์กครับผมแล้วก็สิ่งที่สำคัญคือการใช้สมองในการเล่นเพราะว่าต่อให้คุณเล่นเก่งแค่ไหนคุณเล่นไม่ใช้ความคิดคุณก็โดนยิงได้ครับนอกจากทีมไทยแล้วก็มีทีมที่น่ากลัวหลายทีมเช่นเกาหลีอินเดียก็ถ้าชนะได้อันดับ1เนี่ยก็ส่วนหนึ่งก็จะเอาไปให้แม่ครับผมแล้วก็เก็บไว้เป็นค่าทุนการศึกษาของเราด้วยกระโดดลืมตัวเรียกโทรศัพท์อะไรอย่างนี้ก็ได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ยกระโดดแบบดีใจว่าได้แชมป์อะไรอย่างเงี้ย Illuminate Fantasy Future 안녕하세요. 저는 갤럭시 부부 아이디를 쓰고 있는 한조관입니다. 팀 갤럭시의 갤럭시 그룹을 라는 아이디를 쓰고 있는 이호근이라고 합니다. 갤럭시 히스라는 아이디를 쓰고 있는 김덕관이라고 하고요. 갤럭시 콩이라는 아이디를 쓰는 김정입니다. 아기가 태어난 지 이제 4개월밖에 안 된 상황이라서 와이프 혼자서 애기를 봐야 되기 때문에 걱정들이 앞섰는데 통쾌히 보내줘서 기쁜 마음으로 참가할 수 있게 되었습니다.
살아남아야 한다는 긴장감, 그나마 최후의 생존자가 됐을 때 희열.
모든 게이머들이 동등한 조건에서 실력을 거둘 수가 있기 때문에 그같이 이제 시간이 좀 모자란 학자님들도 충분히 즐길 수 있는 게임이라고 생각해서
태국에 있는 RRQ라는 팀이 플레이를 되게 부드럽게 잘 풀어나간다라고 생각을 했습니다. 아무래도 코리아팀, 한국팀들이 가장 경계가 많이 됐고요. 유력하게 선수는 제가 봤을 때 리커라는 검색 선수가 가장 위협이 될 것 같습니다. 지스타 경기에서는 되게 활약을 하셨던데 세계 대회에서는 아마도 저한테 빨리 죽지 않을까 생각을 합니다. 파이팅하세요.
여기서 꼭 경성대에서 공감 잘 되니까 그걸로 나중에 가봅시다. 사랑한다.
돌아가게 되면은 좀 더 잘하고 우성이도 내가 좀 더 많이 볼 수 있도록 노력할게. 항상 사랑해. 고마워.
갤럭시! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's what we need more of. We need more of Maroon 5 singing. I'm needing that in my life.
100%.
That's right. We're going to be getting on to the final game here in just a few moments' time for day number 1. And overall, coming in, it's very clear that our Chinese teams have proved that they are very top of the mountain so far. Can they continue that momentum? And what do you want to see changed up from some of these other teams here at the tournament? Because right now, they are being ran away from quite considerably.
Right off the bat, just some teams not being aggressive enough. We saw with the terror squad from India, they're just not being aggressive. When they are actually aggressive, they can actually get some kills, but then they get knocks and they just pretty much wait and then they run away. I don't understand that gameplay. They want to go ahead and just push. If you see the other team hurt, pretty much like how we saw GT.zu, they saw 2 players were down, a car came out of nowhere and just destroyed the squad. Even though one of their players got knocked down, they were able to go ahead and pick them up. So the terror, I want to go ahead and see them from India just pretty much pushing the action a little bit more and seeing what they can do.
Definitely. A little bit more decisive and team gameplay, I think, from a lot of the other squads that are not the Chinese squads. You're seeing a lot of kind of fragmented individuals getting knocked by themselves, a little bit away from their team, and then immediately getting finished. I think sticking together a little bit more, playing a little bit more decisively, rotating a little bit earlier, and trying to secure those positions so they're not trying to get into a zone with a squad like LH.zu, gunning them down, essentially trying to get in.
Briefly, we just saw a team, big Russian bot, and overall, they are one of the teams that's quietly been doing pretty well here throughout the tournament.
Yeah, they haven't had any disappointing finishes so far. They've done pretty well consistently. Big Russian bot hasn't secured a ton of kills, but they also haven't been quiet either. Again, they're going to be looking to put some up on the board here as the tournament continues.
Yeah, they're definitely being sneaky. You don't really see much from them, but they're being consistent, and that's really, really good in tournaments like this. And as we see there, Galaxy, pretty much Galaxy just not really sure what they're going to go ahead and do in this next couple matches. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and see some of these teams that might be towards the bottom trying to at least push the action because it is going to be the last game from day 1.
Well, what I want to see, though, out of this last game is I want to see a non-Chinese winner for this game because somebody, nothing against the Chinese team, somebody else needs to make a statement here in order to climb their way up the ranks in order to have a shot at getting one of those top 3 spots.
Maybe Thailand can continue on, maybe.
RRQ Athena would be a great pick for that as they are sitting just out of 3rd place right now, down in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Team Galaxy, in the previous interview that we just saw, was one of the teams that said, RRQ, we're coming for you, which is a big statement considering what we just saw from RRQ7.
It is. They're definitely going to have to maybe want to push the action right from the get-go as soon as they land. If not, if they're given enough time to loot up, kind of like as we've seen with LH.zu, you're just not going to be able to take teams on like that. Yeah. They're getting to the safe zone first. They're pretty much they're playing the most perfect game, but they're not able to get a win. That's something I also want to go ahead and see. It's LH.zu or maybe GT.zu. Can they go ahead and get a win? We're seeing consistency, but I want to go ahead and see some wins from those teams.
One of the things that we're seeing as well is like just not split drops, essentially. People being split away from their teammates. So if they're together, they'll have an opportunity to push and finish squads early.
Circles have been very, very generous to people as well. Not that many hard shifts compared to what we used to for some of the regionals. But thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time to get into our final game of the day here. The final game for people to rack up points of the day going into day number 2. Gentlemen, take it away.
I bet we're about to see an airplane. I just have a feeling. Here we are headed into game number 4, though, and there is the plane headed into the arena right now. We're going to be dropping a nice little care package for everybody.
That
right
definitely
down
never
the
gets
stage.
old, that it looks just so freaking cool. And once again, this is sponsored by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I actually been using mine to take pictures here with the audience, and I've been posting them on Instagram, so definitely go ahead and check that out with Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And let's see this plane path, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, right down the middle. Looking like a, what is that, a west to east plane path here, right down the middle. And we've got some people jumping early. It looks like BRK again heading to the same exact spot, going to Watertown once again. Very comfortable to loot up in a very familiar scenario. And it looks like Gangstar's heading to their comfortable North Georgia pool spot as well. We've got teams kind of heading to, again, back to their roots, kind of getting comfortable. Yep. And you're going to see hopefully some action early as they're going to start dropping on top of each other, more than likely.
And to be honest, that's something I actually want to go ahead and start seeing a lot more of, just teams landing where they're comfortable with. It seems at the beginning there, some teams were just really uncomfortable, and actually we're getting some knocks right off the bat. I'm not able to see their name there, but there is people getting knocked. Everybody landing super close by. I cannot tell that name. KWC
Korea winner
Evos.
chicken. They're taking down Evos. Holy cow, that's a huge turn of events there. Let's see if they can actually get finished off. That has to be on the West Coast somewhere. We don't exactly know where those guys are at, but again, Caviera looting his way through Watertown, similar to Baraka last game.
Definitely. They pretty much BRK. This is, from what it looks like, they're going to go ahead and keep on landing here no matter what. And it seems like nobody's going to challenge them, so might as well just keep on doing it as he's able to go ahead and get an AKM right there. But Evo's getting two players
down, yeah.
2 members down this early in the game. You definitely don't want to go ahead and see that. So more than likely, they are not going to try to play so aggressive and go for blazing a little bit more. As well as the AKM here. And another thing I want to go ahead and mention, they don't really get that much really good loot in this area, but they still keep going to it. I wonder why. I wonder if it's maybe because nobody's challenged them, but every single time they just go into this spot right here in Watertown, Venice, whatever you want to call it, Atlantis.
Part of it is the availability of a vehicle. They go across the street, they send one member to grab that car, and that gives them portability and mobility, being able to move around the map. You see CPT here also trying to move it south a little bit. They look like they're going to be heading down to military base potentially on this motorcycle.
Taking full advantage of that motorcycle. We see some teammates just picking them up, and look at this. Talking about the terror squad, they do have somebody nearby. They currently don't have any weapons, or at least this player doesn't have any weapons amid. So more than likely, he's going to go ahead and try to loot up as soon as possible. And I want to see, can they bring up the little action as somebody from the Japanese team is currently very low on health. Luckily for him, he just found a med kit there.
Looks like they looted up. They found several cars and brought them all the way to Severny, and it looks like the Terror Squad did the exact same thing. So coming in from different sides of Severny, ultimately, we'll see if they do meet. Terror Squad definitely needs to take that fight and try to get some kills racked up early to get some momentum going.
Yeah, I'm sure the Terror Squad there do want to go ahead and just let a statement there from India and let them know, hey, we're here. Namaste, baby. We're here to win some, all right? So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to go ahead and do. Now they have the guns. They got the DP-28. Once again, I'm seeing that actually a lot from Terror Squad. They are using the DP-28 every single match, no matter what. At least one of their players are going to be carrying it, which is good, especially if they're going up against vehicles, because that thing just shreds vehicles.
It's really interesting that they find them so early as well. I don't ever find DPs that early in the game as frequently. These guys are every single game. They've had multiple players with DPs, and that's a really, really solid gun.
Usually when I spawn, all I get is just a pistol. And I'm pretty sure you people currently watching at home, let us know in the comments, are you that type of player where you pretty much just land and all you can find there for like the first minute is just a pistol? And look at this, Arab
He's going to snipe with the shotgun there.
Fandy getting some shots there on Arab Madness, one of their players. Fandy actually starting to rotate around. Great place here by
What
Fandy.
happened? Fandy's teammates left her. Exclusive took off in the car. I think they had a buggy and left a couple behind. I think they're out trying to search for other cars. Arab Madness King was laying in the road, I believe, going prone, and watched that car drive off. And now Fandy able to light him up as he gets back to the house.
Fandy in full send, part of the fan favorite picks. And look at her. She's trying to move around. She's going to be able to get him. She's actually starting to shoot at the car. Interesting place there by her, as she doesn't really have that much cover. All she has is a bush. If she gets seen through that, you're gonna get knocked out. But Arab Madness, I don't think they currently have the arsenal to take into that fight.
Maybe not. Vandy with the scar, rocking the scar, has a health kit as well, so she can heal up if necessary. But again, comfortable to find a bush, hide in it, and then ultimately make her escape. She does find the buggy here, and is going to try to go meet up with her team.
Probably let them know, why did you leave me by myself over there? Oh, and look at this. Talking about the terror squad, one of them got knocked down. Actually, they traded Nox.
We'll see if that deters them now. Will they shy away now from the fight? Or are they going to try to position, get, a little bit aggressive here and take on the Japanese squad? Both of those teams need to start making a performance, really making something happen here to get up those rankings.
Yeah, pretty much. Will the trend continue? We see them try to be aggressive, and as soon as one of their members goes down, oh, what a grenade! My goodness, that was a beautiful grenade by them. Now, this is what we're talking about. They have one player down. They have all of their teammates up. What are they going to go ahead and do here? Are they going to go ahead and push? And as we're seeing here, they are starting to throw the Molotovs. This will be a perfect scenario if he has anything else, just to go ahead and maybe push. But he has to watch out, because Yugi from Japanese team is right there. Meanwhile, the terror squad is just holding back.
Doggy out on the flank, trying to hold these guys down. Terror squad again holding back. They had the fresh knock, and then they had one that just got back up and was low HP. But again, choosing not to take advantage of the situation, letting them basically heal up, get back into the fight, and they're going to have to go at them again once they're all back to full health.
We have seen that backfire previously, and look at this place right here by the Japanese team, starting to flank around, trying to get different angles on them, and they are actually currently getting distracted by that, which they have to be careful, because the Japanese team is now starting to rearrange themselves inside that building.
Yeah, that UAZ definitely drew some attention, and it's caused the terror squad to rethink their position and start to rotate around to regroup. And you see that buy some time for the Japanese squad to get out of the house, jump out, and now they're going to rotate around. Nanitu, though, he might be in some trouble here if he lurks for too long. He's got his vehicle exposed. It could be disabled very easily. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the map right now to see the zone, as it has moved to the western side of the map and has shaded a little bit north as well.
And LHW going once again noble by themselves, nobody challenging them, pretty much being able to go ahead and just loot up, take their time, no worries whatsoever. Maybe the only time they might have to worry is just crossing the bridge and somebody being in Milltop, but besides that, they're just going to be able to loot up, get maybe everything level 3 out of their minds, and then just go on and start destroying people.
Absolutely. We've got Anand has Doggy pinned down, and Doggy is going to be trying to escape that place. These squads both seem to want to take the fight, though. Both have had opportunities to leave, and look at that, the UMP on Anand. He had a great angle on one of them, but the UMP able to take him down over the row of houses, and Nanitu at this point is going to regroup with his squad, and they'll figure out if they want to push the action at this point with one man down.
And it seems that's exactly what they're going to go ahead and do. You're starting to see rearrange. This is what I'm talking about. The Japanese team knows they have them hurt. They're going to go ahead and start pushing. This is what I was hoping the terror squad from India would have done earlier. The grenade there.
Wow.
Amid gets taken now with a beautiful grenade.
And now they've got 2 players down, and Japan is on the offensive. They are going to be hitting the terror squad very hard. One finish there, Anand going down, Nanitu getting the finish. And now they've got 2 players pinned in a building. They know where they're at, and it's a 4v2 situation.
And another player just from the terror squad, absolutely so far away from that gunfight. He's trying, I believe he might be just trying to find a vehicle here. An interesting place here by him. Using the
he's trying to bait him out. If he can get him out on the ledge here, Torpedo can pop up and take him down. Might be able to turn the tide here.
Torpedo does have the M16 there. He could go ahead and use it first. And look at this, C9, Cloud9 currently going up against KWCD. Can they go ahead and win this gunfight here? We have seen them actually choke some of the gunfights earlier. It looks right now that they are being able to go ahead and take the advantage, as KWCD is currently going down. There's 1 player left. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Kodo being able to go ahead and finish them off as Cloud9. Rolex and Kodo by themselves taking on a full squad. I'm loving that.
That was a very risky decision, again, to split drop like that. Sam and Carnage off elsewhere. But again, it pays off for Cloud9 here as Rolex and Kodo 2v4 against the Korea winner Chicken Dinner. Able to take them out, wipe them off the map, and that's really, really good for Cloud9 as they're able to pick up 4 kills early, as well as continue to loot 2 different locations with their squad.
And while we were away with that, it looks like there's just 1 player left from the terror squad. Squad. Keep in mind, the Terror Squad had the advantage at one point. They had a player down from the Japanese team. They decided not to push, being passive, something that honestly we have pointed out throughout the whole day. They keep being too passive. They need to push a little bit more. They need to stop being so scared and just show up a little bit. Be more confident in yourselves there.
There's your total rankings right there. We can check the bottom half of those top 10. You can see KWCD out early this game. That's going to drop them from the 10th spot. Gangstars, Bigatron, we've got those guys in at 9 and 8. We got Big Russian Bot, again, finishing pretty consistently. And then the tie teams at number 4 and number 6, and also number 5 with Evo's Burnout. So, yeah, basically China, then Thailand, and then everybody else right
Look
now.
at this, Team 12 Wildcard, Team 13 Cloud9. They definitely want to go ahead and get better places.
Ooh, look at this guy. Impressive.
All right. I like it. Get in the car, please. That's what he's going to go ahead and tell his teammates as he's getting around there. But he has to watch out because BRK is still in Watertown. Actually, they have a car themselves, so he doesn't even have to worry. Interesting place to actually loot. You don't usually see this place being looted right off the get-go, but I'm actually surprised that they're doing this.
He's going to take his car with him up to the castle and park it up there. I haven't seen that a whole bunch of times, but we do have a crate called in, and we've got an AWM Grossa combination in there, and that is a pretty lethal combo. I'd love to see some of these guys with their aiming abilities with the Grossa. Oh man, that could be scary.
A favorite from everybody, especially the AWM. That thing is just so lethal. If you're able to get a headshot on somebody, more than likely that is going to be a knock no matter what. And that's exactly what he's doing. Torti says, you know what? This is an AWM that I actually want. Going to go ahead and drop whatever I was carrying there. And I believe he also picks up the Grossa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's got a full crate loadout right now, and that makes him a pretty scary player. We'll see how, if he gets an opportunity to use that later on. And then we got some sort of little dance going on. Torti here, doing a little crouch.
Oh, look at this team
brought him the
plays.
Grossa. I like it. He's like, yo, I'll take that. Bring it in. You can have my AK.
Hey, it happens. Pretty much what we're saying earlier in the day is that teams are going to go ahead and just play with what they're comfortable with. And if he knows that he's not comfortable with that Grossa, he's not going to go ahead and use it in LH2U. As you can see here, before they even move up, they're just going to go ahead and get out, scout that area by the bridge, and then actually go ahead and move forward. Interesting plays there by them.
They're way out in the blue zone right now, so they know that it's not likely that they're being camped, but they're still taking the time to be cautious, to check that, because you never know, especially when there is a known drop location like NOBAR from LH2U. You don't want to get caught being too cocky, like, oh, there's no one there, and then come across and they get blown up. But they do check it first, make it across with no issue, and now they'll head on to the zone. All of these guys pretty low on health. Hopefully they don't wreck their vehicle.
Yeah, and something to point out there is that every single one of those players are in their own vehicle. So if they were to go actually up against the squad, that could be a huge disadvantage for them because you cannot drive a vehicle and shoot at the same time.
You got RRQ Athena here taking on one of the crates. Fandy exclusive. Look on from the nearby compound as Full Send is trying to prevent RRQ from taking it. But unfortunately, they failed to do so. Senior is going to grab the AWM and head on up the mountain once again. It looks like the Full Send team content.
Waiting patiently.
They're content to take those yellows and hang out in the shack down there and just wait for the zone, see what happens.
Fan favorite team just saying, you know what, we don't want to go ahead and engage there. And I believe Vandy is now with them. So the full squad is together, ladies and gentlemen. And they're just going to go ahead and play it safe. They're not going to go ahead and move anywhere at this point. And it's exclusive with that AKM, just waiting for somebody to go ahead and pick through that window. Interesting stuff here, as they're just going to go ahead and wait it out, which is completely fine. You know, they want to go ahead and make sure that they last a little bit longer there towards the end.
There's something to be said for grabbing a good position early and seeing what happens. So, oh, here we go, RRQ pushing up. They found GT.yu out in the middle of ruins. Interesting spot for GT.yu here. Not sure if they're caught mid-rotation or if they were just camping that little ridge side.
Something they definitely want to go ahead and watch out, but they don't even want to engage. They just say, you know what, let's go ahead and just leave them there. And look at this. RRQ is now going to go ahead and start going up against Wildcard. This is going to definitely get crazy because GT.yu still has some shots on RRQ, so they could, RRQ could get third party, but GT.yu. Here comes the shot, ladies and gentlemen. Seagut
hitting the bridge, unfortunately. Didn't want to expose too much of himself here. But now RRQ's got decent position. They're working their way up. But again, being shot in the back potentially by GT.yu as well.
Outside of there, just gets completely taken out. And RRQ G9 pretty much outgunning one of the players from Wildcard. Wildcard just losing the fight even though they have the height advantage. That is something you you rarely see RRQ just too strong.
Had
finishing
position on
wild
him.
card.
RRQ getting shot in the back, but they just parked the cars just a little bit down the mountain so that they couldn't get shot, and then they pushed their way up as a team, just overrunning Wildcard. Again, Wildcard getting caught out, Hanchuk's out in front, getting taken out early, and again, they find themselves backpedaling them instead of fighting from a position of strength, and they get overrun.
As you mentioned, as soon as they realize that, hey, GTW is not gonna go ahead and shoot at us, let's go ahead and actually push these guys, and they actually did great. Nobody from their team got knocked down, and we actually saw one-on-ones there, which I believe, I think it was outsider there, just pretty much not being able to go ahead and finish one of the RRQ players, even though he was able to get the first shots. And look at this, GG's just moving around, getting to the safe zone first. And that's something that I've been actually seeing about the Chinese teams. They start rotating super early. As soon as the zone shifts, they want to go ahead and get there. They want to go ahead and, if there's a compound or any type of building, they want to go ahead and get to that building and just dominate that area.
Very good at spreading out. We got the GG gamers here heading into the zone, cutting it real close on that tree. Slapping at 5 on the way by, but they're heading on the northern side of the map, trying to grab position in the zone. We'll see what kind of compound they're taking a look at here as the zone kind of shrinks. We've got Japan bringing a fleet of vehicles, all kinds of UAZs. They're going to be trying to find a great spot as well. Interesting decision to take all 3 UAZs. They might even have a 4th one behind.
They have 4. They're actually going for the LHW strategy there.
I like it.
Everybody has their own vehicles. Interesting stuff there by him. And talking about LHW, look at LHW just pretty much cutting through that zone, trying to find a spot that they are comfortable with, as we do have a lot of teams now in this safe zone and waiting to see what's going to go ahead and happen after this with the Japanese team still with that fleet of vehicles. And look at this, Japanese team still just going around trying to figure out what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, as they're crashing into each other. They're having so much fun that they're pretty much crashing into each other, PB.
Indeed, LHW was actually headed into the zone with a scout trying to figure out where the people are at the compounds. They're headed right for Cloud9, so we'll keep an eye on that. We've also got Galaxy heading in here. Arab Madness holding the compound, and Galaxy parked in a spot where they didn't have to, really reveal too much of themselves, but again, they're still getting shot up here. But they decide, you know what, let's get on to the next compound here.
Definitely don't want that fight there. You weren't even expecting that when you're driving like that. Not even close. Just run away from that. Regather around, and then also heal up, because some of them actually got tagged. As you can see, they're applying the bandages. And look at the Japanese team as they are actually running up against GTW. GTW, we know that they can actually go ahead and shoot players out of the cars, and this is actually bad for the Japanese team. Luckily for them, none of them are getting knocked down, as GTW is able to go ahead and miss some shots there.
Remember, RRQ's at the top of the mountain, and they're going to continue going by, and now they're running into Cloud9. And again, they are one by one coming in, and this is the weakness of taking 4 vehicles, is you get picked apart without being able to fire back, and now all 4 guys are separated.
And as you can see, Koto right here with the AKM, being able to go ahead and take down somebody from the Japanese team right there. He knows somebody else is up the front as well. He's going to go ahead and keep on shooting. Barely misses him. Carnage is very nearby. Carnage should be able to go ahead and take him out. Carnage deciding not to shoot. That man is inside the house. He is trapped, getting outnumbered now. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the Japanese team. It looks like having that 4 vehicle is a disadvantage if you just run into a compound like that.
It was in this particular scenario. They were able to have great mobility, get around real nice, but when they came in, they got chewed up pretty nicely and spit out by C9.
And I'm enjoying this here by C9. C9 now with 7 kills, starting to wake up a little bit. They know they need the kills. They know they need the wins, so I'm enjoying this a lot. And look at this, GTW. Now we're going to go ahead and go up against CPT. Two of the top 3 teams right now, ladies and gentlemen. And look at 6 guy. He's going to open the door. He's going to start pre-firing with that AKM, moving around. The movement is just insane.
Oh, look at this.
2 of the players get knocked down. They get finished. No waiting around with the AKM, pre-firing back and forth, pushing the action, rushing into the house, knocking them down. GT.
You absolutely killing it there. 6 got gifted a few finishes. They decided to come outside while knocked rather than stay inside. Didn't matter anyway. CPT Han is like, yo, I'm out. This is bad.
And that is something to go ahead and point out, as CP Dan is able to go ahead and get out of that. GT trying to make sure they finish them. That man's accuracy, my goodness, if there wasn't a ledge there, more than likely he would have been able to go ahead and take out CPT Han. But luckily for CPT, one of their members is still alive, and we know they got what it takes to at least still be there towards the end of the match. Look at this, Illuminate is currently shooting at GTW, even though they have a RRQ right in front of them.
Maybe they don't know they're there. They got to with the smokes like that. RRQ is going to take off. They get out of dodge in the Dacia there. They're heading to the compound here, and guess what? They have guests waiting. It's going to be Ollie Pocket and Full Send, who stand no chance, get immediately run over. Peek in the window. Fandy goes down to Evos. Look at that. Evos Ernie still doing work here late in the game with, the early couple of knocks that we had from that team.
They definitely did. Two of their players got knocked down there super early, and now Cloud9 starting to get into the action here. Evos with two players looking fairly strong there as they were able to go ahead and destroy some people from the Full Send team. In Galaxy, look at Galaxy. Currently out in the middle of nowhere inside a sniper tower. And guess who they have? Oh my goodness, they're not even shooting. He's gonna go
rank has been tied up.
Gosh.
Look at this
patience
CPT
of that man.
15:05 apiece.
There you go. Now it comes down to the shots. LHW, is he gonna be able to finish them? He hits the ledge there. He now is gonna go ahead and start to back up as he took a little bit too long there to shoot.
RRQ Athena with their kills this round have cruised ahead of LHW, the Chinese counterpart, and it looks like they're destined for even brighter things if they can keep it up here.
They are. LHW currently having the high ground there. More than likely, what I expect to happen here is they're going to go ahead and wait in, so Galaxy definitely has to push out and just start to get some easy pickings there. As we see Galaxy just give it their precision away. Get it.
Look at that.
Shots with the scar there on GG. Great shots there by Galaxy.
Really nice stuff there. Kong aware of the presence of LHW up on the top of the hill there. Still trying to get the finish on Majed before they come back to pick him up. GG Gamers thinking about maybe getting him, but at the same time, getting knocked out of a car like that out in the open, a lot of times you're just going to have to leave him.
Might as well just sacrifice him. It's not worth it, especially when you have LHW there on top of that hill. And look at this next circle. My gosh. Illuminate, and Evos are one of the only three teams inside the safe zone. Everybody else is going to have to go ahead and move. And more than likely, we're going to see LHW starting to move. Look at this. As soon as the circle comes, LHW says, you know what? Let's go ahead and move into the circle. And it turns out GG does want to go ahead and save that teammate. They came back. They put up a full wall of smokes, and they want to go ahead and save him.
Yeah, they tested it out, left him alive for a little bit to see if he was going to get taken out. They didn't, so they came back, smoked it out, and they are going to try to pick him up. LHW hitting the compound here and getting hit by Illuminate from the top. They are able to storm the compound successfully and get inside. They're going to patch themselves up here before they probably peek again.
More than likely, they're just going to go ahead and wait. We see them.
Wow,
they
look at that wall.
They only tend to move if, for some reason, the zone moves and they're not inside it. That's the only time they tend to move, and also when they move out of Novo. But great place here by LHW. I'm loving the movement. I'm loving the rotations. It seems like they definitely know what they're doing, PB.
They're just so smart with the vehicles, especially trying to maintain mobility outside the compound, so they're not sitting ducks inside of windows where people are looking at them. But they're taking vehicles and very quickly pulling them together, making a wall, making a barricade, and they're able to fight from that outside.
And Hero taking a note or two there as they are currently controlling a compound inside this safe zone. They don't have to worry about anything. Any team can come towards them. And look at this. It might just happen as BRK is very close by. They do have the full squad. They could maybe take them to the fight. Could it backfire though? LHW taking some shots there.
Oh no, he spun out. Oh no. That's terrible luck there. Bro RC getting taken out of the buggy, knocked and finished there. That is something that you never want to happen when you're hitting that boost button in the buggy, trying to go faster. It does get a little squirrely on you, and unfortunately, he loses control.
And now we got BRK versus Hydro. Hydro just truly moving in. He's able to go ahead and knock one down. He's going to be able to go ahead and knock another one. Just fully outnumbered there. His team is just waiting a little bit too late there as he gets knocked down as well. They are starting to push the action here as Hydro is trying to take on to BRK.
Doc is knocked inside. Hero unable to get there to help his teammate out. Oh my goodness, Doc makes it out. And look at this, they are going to wait to push and try to get their own teammates back up. Looks like BRK here content to try to save their own teammates rather than push the action.
Hero watching out for those grenades. He more than likely saw them coming. He's trying to pick up his teammate. He has to watch the angles though. As they just threw some grenades, he has to watch out. BRK waiting patiently. He's able to go ahead and get some of those tags. Also, LHW taking out on Galaxy, and Sam taking out GT.
Looks like Everfury goes down from Gangstars. He's finished off by Illuminate. Dudu somehow falls to his death.
Hey, it might happen. It happens, especially considering where they were at too. If they're getting pushed by the zone, I can definitely see that happening there by Dudu.
It's like Galaxy is being griefed a little bit by some of the other squads, and they are in trouble for sure. CPT Han taking down some of the Air Madness guys. It looks like GTOU taking out C9 Kato.
Great shot. Great, actually, grenade there by Hero as they're just doing work here on Hero. Hero actually takes
knocking
one of
his own player.
Oh my goodness. You gotta watch out. You gotta make sure you call that out. And also, I saw some Cloud9 members getting knocked down there as well. I believe it was by GT.
Yeah, GTOU and Cloud9 are currently in a fight, and it's unfortunate, but Hero knocks Doc, their own player, and now they're chilling in the zone here. Looks like we've got the Cloud9 GT fight going on right now. Smoke's coming out from C9. They're going to try to get out of dodge, get a different position here.
And hopefully get a very bad spot there, especially Carnage, and I believe that's Kodo as well. Just trying to get out behind that rock, and they're actually doing a great job there. And look at GT. GT now is starting to push it. They know they got him on the run. This is crazy. The aggressiveness of this team just surprises me. Kodo crewing behind the rock, just getting bombarded with grenades, trying not to get knocked down. And look at that. They're just resilient with those grenades. They keep throwing them until they see on the kill feed that you get knocked down.
That's one thing with the smokes is it makes it so you can't be shot, but at the same time, you can't do much shooting either. So it's a great time to pull out those frag grenades and try to get those knocks with the grenades when you can't see them.
An interesting play there by Carnage as he decides to go ahead and push up the car, try to pick up Kodo, and then decides, you know what, it's not going to be worth it. Backs up a little bit of wasted time there by Cloud9 Carnage. And now Rolex. Rolex knows that he wants to go ahead and pick up the teammate that's down. He might just go ahead and do that because two of his teammates are getting shot out of a car. They have to watch out. They got a zigzag, baby.
They're prioritizing rotation here. It looks like both squads taking care of their vehicles, getting ready to rotate, and it looks like they're headed to the zone.
They are getting to the zone. A lot of teams now are starting to push early, but look at this.
Driving right between two squads here, and somehow they don't get punished for it.
Super lucky plays there by them. LHW still in the exact same spot they were early. They haven't moved. They're pretty much controlling this area. And as I say that, all of them get inside the car, except for LHW TDZ. And he's just knocking people up and apart here as he's using that sweet DP28 and also the Scar L.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be metting up and trying to hang out in the zone to protect his teammates until they're ready to get out of dodge.
BTR starts to move up. He gets knocked down there by LHW, getting some easy knocks. RRQ also going up against GT. A lot of stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen, as LHW more than likely is going to go ahead and start throwing off those smokes.
I really like what they did there. They sent a couple guys to the zone to get position, and then they turned around to cover their teammates while they tried to join them. Look at the zone, hard shifting there to the south, and it does look like there's a bunch of squads well positioned. Rolex peeking there from Cloud9. He's going to take some damage to the zone, and he's just trying desperately to get there, but the circle is super small. The zone's starting to hurt. Lots of squads in the same spot.
Just at a huge disadvantage there. I'm actually loving LHW's awareness here. They're using the card for cover, and they're also just pretty much ramming it into that hay bale. And Illuminate getting knocked out there from side as the arrows coming in and just third-partying a couple of players there from Illuminate.
LZD has been absolutely taking people out back to the woodshed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, GTOU
And Illuminate getting knocked out there from side as the arrows coming in and just third-partying a couple of players there from Illuminate.
LZD has been absolutely taking people out back to the woodshed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, GT.
So 12 kills and 2 members still up. One of them is knocked down as one of them decided to go ahead and just be out in the open. Evo's
Still
not
up.
taking the shots there, not taking the shots and almost getting knocked down there by RRQ. They have to watch out. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this zone. LHW has just 1 player left and he's pretty much smack down the middle. He has done, LHW LCD has done 915 damage by himself.
It's a great game for him so far. Anything over 1,000 is a pretty solid performance, but it does look like the same teams, once again, are in the final circle. So we've got Illuminate camping out. We've got Torty, which is, again, Big Russian Bot, again, right around top 6, where they've been every single game, but you also see Evos. Remember, Evos got 2 players knocked first before anyone else, and here they are again, top 6, 2 players still left alive.
And I'm loving the movement here. LHW had 2 players down. 1 player was able to go ahead and move around, pick him up, and then pick up the other guy as well. Great awareness there of where everybody's at. And CBT Han is still holding on. He's going for that placement. They haven't even noticed him. He hasn't even shot. He's saying,
got the best position of anybody as far as the circle is concerned. He's laying down in the center of the zone, unseen currently, and it looks like LHW still trying, LZD trying to get it done here. Nades out. Let's see if this connects.
None of the teams left having 4 players. Everybody either has 3 players, 1 player, or 2 players. Interesting fact to keep in mind as it is starting to get here to the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, LHWA is just waiting patiently on the ground, being a sneaky snake. Illuminate pushing forward, killing Torty there or knocking him down. And look at this. He doesn't realize that LHW Sen is right next to him as Illuminate is just drinking some energy drinks. And Evo's being able to go ahead and knock some people down, but also gets knocked down himself.
He paid for it right there. LHW Zen taken down, finished by JCC. Illuminate getting the job done there. Senior, though, finishing out Bullshark from Evos, and that leaves them down with 1 player remaining as Ernie in the middle, laying down along with Han. They're very, very close to each other. Very interesting to see, but RRQ Athena poised to take another victory here if they can clutch it out here in the final circle.
And definitely clutching it. Look at the shots right here. Bad placing there by RRQ as he was just pretty much moving forward. You cannot stay out in the open. And look at this. He's going to continue shooting until that player is fully killed.
He didn't even need to finish him. There's so many players left alive from so many different squads here that, I mean, look at this. 7 alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock somebody, somebody's going to finish them.
The aggressiveness.
Han goes down. CPT is eliminated. We're down to 4. So CPT finally not in the top 3 here. Really solid performance once again for them to get into the top 5. LHW, though, still holding strong. Still just impressive performance.
And LHW here barely getting on that health kit or something because he was about to die to the zone. He might actually die to the zone if he doesn't decide to go ahead and move forward, but he has to watch out because everybody has their eyes on him.
He's medding, just trying to manage and trying to outlast here, trying to get another place here. And look at that, he does get Ernie. And oh my goodness, Maroon 5 takes down LHW. They will finish in 3rd, but now we've got a nice little situation. It looks like Illuminate versus RRQ, 2v2 to finish here.
And Illuminate pretty much, they could go ahead and decide to push this and finish them as they do have another player down on the different squad. RRQ looking to pretty much heal up their team, and they're doing just so.
One thing's for certain, it's not going to be China here in Game 4. It's going to be Thailand here. Illuminate and RRQ Athena, both from Thailand, both trying to get the one-up on each other to get this chicken dinner wrapped up for Game 4.
You might have paid off there seeing their clip of singing Maroon 5 because so far, 2nd place or 1st place, one of those 2 they're going to go ahead and get. And I wonder if they even know that the team is right here. They're more than likely not going to be able to hear him because that car is currently on fire.
They know. Look at this. Here we go.
Here comes the grenades. They definitely know. He gets taken out right there. Illuminate JC being able to take him out.
Returns fire. Look at that. Does the damage. Both of them hurt. But
here comes the push, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the push. Senior just pretty much trying to back him up. He's laying down.
Look at that kill.
Senior's going to go ahead and push. He's going to be able to clutch it. He's able to clutch it, ladies and gentlemen.
Senior gets the kill. RRQ Athena goes back to back and gets another chicken dinner here in game number 4.
2 versus 1, nothing for him. Look at him. Stone Cold Killer.
Wow, him going prone right there, avoiding the shots, popping up, taking down that one person while being shielded from the other, standing up, finishing it off. That was ultimately the best kill we've seen so far in the tournament. He did it with 1 HP remaining.
One one of the best clutches that we have seen, period, as he was able to just take on to 2 teammates and just, as you mentioned, he laid down just in time. They missed some shots on him, knocks one of the players down there from RRQ, and then just wins the 1v1.
It was insane. That was absolutely crazy play there. Really, really nice to see one of the Thailand teams come up, step up, and it's a huge performance from them because that's the second chicken dinner now, and that's going to do a lot for them in the standings.
That's right, the back-to-back for RRQ Athena. Very, very well played by them. A lot of patience towards the very end there as well, considering how many teams are alive in that smaller circle. Even going into the 5th circle, there were still 50 people alive here in this TPP mode, so very, very close to say the least. What a game to round it out.
Yeah, definitely hell of a game by them, and we're definitely going to be seeing some highlights here from that final game because I want to go ahead and see that 1 versus 2 there towards the end. Maybe my favorite play of the day, I believe it might be, honestly.
Yeah. Very impressive stuff. All right, let's take a look at the highlights brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
As we see right here, pretty much the teammates just getting ready to say, hey, you know what? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
That's a highlight. Great. I like it.
It's definitely a highlight. And right here, the Terror Squad. Knocking one down, but being too passive. Knocking another person down.
That right there is where they needed to push. Look at that. JPY on the bottom with no health and a knock player up top there. Needed to turn that around, but they failed to do so, and they went out early. Rolex and looks like Korea winner chicken dinner. Really nice work from C9, Kodo, and Rolex. 2v4ing a full squad.
Rolex there, just pretty much being able to see 2 players jump down, and look at this.
Impressive.
Definitely a highlight on my book. you don't see those little flips often. They definitely like it. Look at that. Mouth open and everything. RRQ now starting, when they actually pushed it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane what they were able to do because Wildcard had the advantage here, and they just pretty much ran through Wildcard.
They really
Wildcard didn't even know what happened to him.
Outsider peeked and got knocked. He was the one covering Hot Jukes, who was on point. Hot Jukes then exposed, gets knocked. He got missed some shots there. Ultimately, just proved too much, and they ultimately were the winners of the round.
And right here, pretty much C9 being able to go and get some kills as well. Now we're starting to see some of the NA teams starting to pick it up a little bit, get more kills. Look at me saying, yeah, let's go,
bad
baby.
for Leshy there. Leshy stuck 1v4 with Cloud9 on all sides of him. Beautiful nade work here from BRK in the warehouse.
And then the plays there by LH.U. Even though they were pretty much smack down the middle, they were still getting killed. And we even saw somebody from LH.U get a kill even when he was in the zone.
It was extremely impressive. LH.U, I mean, they kind of all individually tackled their tasks at the end of that game. One in the zone just betting, staying alive, doing what he could to creep up that leaderboard, and it was successful while his teammates prone were able to take some people out. Here's that final engagement. We've got the 2v2. Knocking ice on him there, and at this point, Illuminate said, let's push. Looks like Senior gets the knock. He follows up with the 1v2, gets the winner, and RRQ Athena, look at them react there. That's absolutely beautiful as they come out with an unexpected victory.
That's right, big points being racked up for them, and overall, a final circle like that in that field northwest of Gadka is very, very scary. That's why we saw such a tense situation. People had to bring cars for artificial cover 7, and so many smokes going down while that was happening.
Yeah, we saw a lot of cars pretty much being crashed into handbells, and they're using that tire advantage to a little bit of cover, but overall there was just so many people still alive there, ladies and gentlemen, that you pretty much just have to lay down. What RRQ Hayne, I believe he was doing, or somebody with just one player, they decided to go ahead and do that. Just lay down and wait patiently, at least try to go for placing at that point.
Indeed, take a look at our team kills ranking. GG.U, oh my goodness, they have distanced themselves from the pack, have they not? 54 kills for them. Bigatron silently has gotten second place in that category, but we've also got the individual players, and look at LH.U with 3 players in the top 5. Very impressive stuff, and all 4 players in the top 10. That is bringing up that 9th spot.
That is just unheard of. First and second place there, 39 kills between them. You don't have to see that just from 2 players, but it is pretty much a team effort overall. But they see that they're pretty much coming out on top. They're blood hungry and they're just killing anybody that they see.
That's right. Senior was able to round things out for them at the very end there, getting RRQ the victory. But you can see LH.U overall still racking up big numbers of kills overall here. As you can see, here are our round 4 stats. standings with GCW getting themselves the first place spot here in round number 4, apparently.
They did.
Yeah, it's
just
a little interesting. I think we might. Whatever.
All right, I think pretty sure it might be the other way around, but we'll go ahead and see.
We got some interesting results here on the scoreboard with Arab Madness somehow up there as well. I'm not sure exactly what that's all about, but you know we'll get back to that here shortly when we see the total standings and see how things
I think our API has gotten tired over the day.
Yes, indeed. It has been a long day.
And here are the overall standings with RRQ Athena at the very top. And look at that. Between them and 8th place, there is 1,000-point difference. Huge numbers been racked up by those top teams.
Indeed. This sounds a lot more accurate here with the LH Goyu with the 54 kills. That sounds way better. They've been dropping kill after kill after kill, sitting in 2nd place overall at 1,800 points. But again, we've got some teams that are in it now. We've got our RRQ Athena on there. They're in it twice, as a matter of fact. And we've got Evo's Burnout in 6th place, racking up quite a few kills as well.
We'll definitely go ahead and get you the right information there, ladies and gentlemen, as RRQ Athena is currently twice there on the leaderboard. So don't you worry about that. We will definitely get you the right info after this.
For all intents and purposes, though, we saw really cool glimpses into the previous game when it came to even just the mechanics of some of our Chinese teams. If you think back to a moment where Six God was actually switching between guns with the track, me and you looked at each other and were like, wait a minute.
Like, wow.
That was crazy tracking. Switching between guns and then going straight into the shots.
It really was. He was full auto spraying, and then as he was getting out of the frame, it was like, oh, let's just M16 tap it with it 6 times.
Yeah, even though it's a completely different scope, that man's accuracy, it is just insane.
So overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to, let it out. I was so impressed.
There you go. And with that, of course, RRQ getting a back-to-back chicken dinners in this caliber of play, 7, is extremely impressive in itself.
It is, and just that play there towards the end, that 2v1, maybe my best play of the day. I honestly thought they lost. I saw the enemy team just pushing as soon as they knocked one down, but that man just laying down, taking one down, and then as somebody else jumped up, it was insane.
Well,
great plays overall.
We can head over to the stage once again as we have our interview ready with Mr. Valdez. Thank you, Claris. Once again, we are here with RRQ Athena. This time with iSong is going to be joining me for the interview today. So I've got a couple of questions for them. First one is going to be, in the end of that match, the 2-on-2 battle that you guys did have there, and eventually the 1-on-2. It was so close, very close, even down to the last circle. So how did you guys handle all of that pressure, and what was your strategy going into that last battle?
刚刚的2对2比赛特别的激烈，请问你的战略是什么？好坦嘛，为了